Why hello there, fellow tribe mates. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey. Episode 6, Passing the Torch to the Next Generation. So it looks like a mix of group preservation and tool making is going to be the choice here. So in the evolution tree, we can see all the new mutations. We have dexterity skills, motricity skill, or dexterity, improved physical fitness, metabolism, communication, and intellectual capabilities. And if we go to the generation, let's lock in group preservation and group defense, and then up to applied force with controlling strength. Actually, I want carrying ability. Carrying ability, there we go. So what we're doing is these are the neurons that we will not lose when we advance. So we're going to be keeping acute stress response. We're going to be keeping fight response. We're going to be keeping flee response, group preservation, and group defense. We'll be keeping item manipulation, gross motor control, and applied force, as well as orthostasis and senses, contextual orthostasis, I don't know English apparently, and carrying ability. And then if we hit spacebar here, the neurons that are not reinforced will lose the energy, and you will not be have them be refilled. All unborn babies will be lost. Do you want to pass a generation? Yes. Spontaneous genetic mutation. A kid with a genetic mutation has fully grown up. If this adult stays alive, the singular genetic potential will be effective for the whole lineage at the next evolution. So what this is saying is all of those genetic mutations that we had, like the dexterity and the intelligence, all of these genetic mutations get burned into our entire species forever if we evolve, provided that the adults or elders are still alive during an evolutionary process. So what I need to do immediately is have some children. So you are female, I am male, we're both single. So let's get it on. Because you want like 2 children with you at all times for neuron gain. And you also want 6 for meteorite discovery. So first thing to do after passing a generation is to make sure that you have kids for the next one. So here we go. Pregnant. All right, let's find a new couple. So you are Yut. Single male. Let's try to find a single female. Keeping in mind, of course, the male elders can still have children, but the females might not. So I'm looking for a fertile female that is not a relative. And you are an adult female who's fertile, who is not a relative of mine. Perfect. The other thing I wanted to note is the, if I lie down and take a look at the evolution, You can see the yellow is the mutations that are currently present in the adults and or children. And then the neurons that we have locked in, we keep. Now, the neurons that we had previously locked in, we don't have anymore, but it takes less energy to unlock them again. So relearning skills that you've lost becomes less of a burden task. The neuron has been initiated, it just isn't, you know, currently unlocked. Come on. There you are. Now we only have 5 adults in the colony right now. So I got to figure out who's the last one who's like odd man out. So you're coupled with one. It's you. So this is a single adult male. Everyone else is coupled up. Which means it's in my best interest. What I want to do right now is to have that next generation really quick so that I can have 2 babies with me and use that single male. Actually, realistically, using the... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Realistically, the single male is actually more important because they're genetically a dead end. Using one of the... using the males that are in the couple makes more sense. So now the 2 couples that just gave birth, I'm going to get pregnant again, but not have them give birth again. I'm just prepping it. None of the babies died now. The 2 yellow dots you see in the bottom right of that HUD over there is the babies. So we've had 2 babies in the tribe so far. We have 2 babies now, and 2 are pregnant. Then I just want to go to sleep and wake up and use any of the coupled males to find a female for Mr. Single here. So I am currently one of the coupled males. So the current priority right now is find an outsider. All right, so if you're confused, yes, one of the babies of the last generation is gone. I don't know why they... Well, no, they're not gone. We, you don't count yourself in that clan HUD. So there's actually 2... There's 6 adults, I think. Let's double check. So are you another single adult? No, you're... Tio... Yeah, here we go. Family-related single adult. So she is single. So I'm going to switch to her and see if she is not too related to the other single male. Sorry, that was confusing. Yeah, no, all 6 babies survived. It just doesn't count. Oh, perfect. We are not related. I mean, we shouldn't have been, but we're not related, so we can couple up. And then get pregnant. It would have made more sense had I realized that to have 3 babies and then another 3 babies. But oh well, it doesn't matter. Because I plan on getting outsizers anyway. Yeah, you are the middle of the circle. Yeah, good. That's a good way of thinking of it. All right, so we have 3 that are pregnant and 2 babies. I'm going to switch back to the one that's carrying a bunch of youngs because we will gain more neuronal energy. And what's really important here is you're going to want to... So you want reinforcement points to be able to lock in neurons, but I have to unlock the neurons that we had over again. Right? So I have to do the same sort of actions over again, but it will be easier to unlock them the second time around. But then the tutorial still wants me to unlock find an outsider. So that's the big goal right now. Additionally, any elders that had passed are right here. So that's Liu, who died as an elder. And there's neuronal energy in paying your respects to the dead. Unfortunately, I have to E, not F, but, you know, an ag. And then the original elder from the cutscene is still up there, who's now Bones. Alright, outsiders, I'm coming to find you. Let's do it. Another thing that's important to remember is this character is far less capable than my last one, because there's a ton of neuronal energy that has since been forgotten in the generations because it wasn't reinforced and locked in. So I no longer have a lot of the combat ability or tool making ability or communications or senses that I had. And in order to get those back and then reinforce them so they get passed on again, I need to do a lot of the same stuff, like environmental analysis and senses and hearing, because without doing that again, I won't regain those abilities. So there is some repetition here. I don't find it like labor intensive, but it's very important to remember that you have to go through the process in order to get it burned in so that you can relearn it, pass it down, and lock it in. But the initial discoveries I don't have to make again, right? Like I'm not rediscovering what fiber is twice. I just need to reinforce those neurons and to flex those muscles. And in some cases, possibly make new sets of tools. Additionally, if you're wondering, all of those genetic mutations, if I didn't make this clear enough, all the genetic mutations that the current adults have, like this individual has, aren't active. They are dormant and only become active if I evolve. That isn't made super clear in the game. But yeah, so the dexterity is a genetic mutation that I got probably from being close to that meteorite upon its discovery. And it is an inactive. And if this individual is alive when we do our evolution, which is like the biggest sort of jump, then it gets burned in. Then it gets locked in and is accessible for future generations. Alright, where the hell are outsiders? Having played a lot before, like, I never have had this level of trouble finding outsiders. The game's like, hey, you're too much of an apex predator. You've scared all the outsiders away. That'd be actually really cool, like, incidental thing, is if you are so dominant that you're just killing, like, Sabretooth left and right. The game's like, alright, well, outsiders stay clear of you because you seem a lot scarier. Speaking of scarier. What's up, Mamba? Bye-bye. There's a warthog there. Oh! This not... Oh, okay. Yeah, this doesn't involve me. I scared that Mamba into the warthog. Getting the warthog killed. My least favorite affliction is getting envenomated by a snake. Because it is so... It's akin to getting drunk in Red Dead 2, where, like, it's just nauseating and annoying. It's, like, a totally not fun game mechanic that's more obnoxious than interesting, to put it bluntly. Okay, we're full. I hear something near me. Oh! Get stabbed! Oh, it's the white version. I've never seen one of those before. Discovered new action. Striking. Now, if I want to continue to be able to strike, I'm going to need to get myself another stick. Stupid kitty took my favorite stick. What am I trying to intimidate right now? Oh, Mamba. Oh, no, no, stay away from me. I just said I don't want to get bit. Piss off! I do like how you don't have to fight everything, necessarily. Like, there's not a lot of games with, like, intimidation, mechanics. But, like, a snake... For a vegetarian monkey, a snake is not really a benefit to fight, right? Like, why would I ever want to? So I really like how the way more reasonable response in these situations is just to scare it away. Because, like, I'm not going to eat it. I don't have a metabolism for that, so... Get a dog, they bring sticks back. I should. Was that a saber roar? I hope not. Oh! I picked up a sod, I didn't realize. Thought it was granite. Alright, let's head towards... I don't know. We'll head towards here, looking for, someone to join. Oh, you shut up. One of, maybe the most challenging parts of this game, in my opinion, which is weird, is, like, remembering what abilities you've lost and what you've gained. Like, being able to, like, switch weapons while moving, or, you know, not drop weapons, stuff like that. Because between generations, you'll lose a lot of those skills. And it's easy to forget that you've lost those skills. and then you try to use the hotkey or the keyboard key for it, and it doesn't work. And it's because you forgot how. It's like, oh right, yeah, I don't know how to do that again. Am I standing? Yeah, okay. Man, Operation Make a Friend is freaking hard when you accidentally do it too early. Now the game, opening the map real quick, the game has a few different biomes. And in each biome, there's typically like a few outsiders to be found. And I'm kind of wondering if I like screwed it up by making too many friends too early, that the game's like, oh yeah, no more friends now. I don't think that's the case. I think it's just randomness, that a huge part of this game is about driving you to self-discovery and exploration. And I just have bad luck. Is that... Are you dead? That looks dead to me. Maybe something killed it. No, maybe you killed it. Would you need to recheck the river water if it's good or bad? No. So initial discoveries don't need to be rediscovered. It's the skills that need to be recovered. So checking the water again, if I did that, might work to push my senses neurons or intelligence neurons again. So it might move the needle for other reasons, but I don't need to rediscover things twice. Alright, I've already rationalized this zone. This is the zone that I used for Hysteria before. But now that I'm looking for outsiders, I'm just gonna secure it. Another thing that you'll end up typically doing is relocating your clan. And the reason to relocate your clan is to move them closer to new discoveries and new meteorites so that you can more easily reinforce genes or reinforce neurons between generations. Alright, I guess we're just going to keep going. I know I'm going to go a little bit over time, but I was really hoping to, you know, make some headway on this goal. So I'm going to go out to this zone, and obviously it's a meteorite zone. You can see the smoke from here. I'm going to go out to the zone, hoping to find an outsider, and if I don't, I'll have to wrap it up and end the stream, having not accomplished what I thought would be a simple goal. So the hominids, when you're looking in this mode here, the hominids will show up on your radar without scanning, and show up at a considerable distance. So you don't really need to be at the treetops to be able to find other hominids. Because the game gives you like an innate ability to be very good at finding other members of your species, of your genus or whatever. So you don't really need to be tree climbing for that. You'll pick them up from a long way off. Which is exactly how it happened with the original two that I found. I just for the life of me, can't find any others. We've hit a genetic dead end. Yeah, it's just a case of pure bad luck. Or doing things out of order, or both. Hard to say. So as I approach this, I should go into a panic. Guess I'm not close enough yet. Also need to find some red leaves in order to relieve the hypothermia that I'm likely to get here in a moment. Any chance for another stream of this? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Generally, if there's good viewership, I'll either choose it for myself or pitch it to my Patreon patrons if they want it continued. Alright, we're at Great Lakes Split Waterfall Oasis. I'm just going to keep going until I get panicked. Which means, pulling an all-nighter here. If I have to. Because I don't... The other thing is that I don't want to end it with one... of my clan members like super far away from home. That's a recipe for disaster if it's to continue. Whoa! Jesus. I took a guess as to the direction I needed to dodge away from that thing. Well, I'm not getting that stick back. Maybe this cat is gonna be brown by the time I get away from it. So, a good example of I'm in an oasis and I still got jumped by a cat, right? Just because you're in Oasis doesn't guarantee your safety. Unfortunately for Mr. Cat, I'm also good at killing them. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, though. Well, if I wanted to get home, being near this cat is definitely going to send me into hysterics. But, like, I didn't intend to do it like that. Okay, so let's keep trying to find an outsider. I'm gonna go way the heck over here. Yeah, that's how the leopards got their spots. Whoa, a little bit of a dunk. God, I'm so far away from home. Still haven't found anyone. Well, this here is a mass extinction event. Unscripted. Sorry, no humans. We never became Apex. Oh, character getting tired and getting stalked. Food needs are met. My lack of stamina and energy are probably a result of sleep now, not water, I imagine. And I'm going to intentionally have this hysteria send me home, rather than for me to conquer my fears. Unless I spot an outsider miraculously, which I don't think I will. Nope, no outsiders. Oh, well, you know, I shouldn't be identifying stuff in the environment. That defeats the purpose. Force a habit. My bad. Now, we are definitely not long-distance swimmers. So, like, trying to swim to a distant point is, like, longevity suicide. You can do it a little bit, but not very far. Alright, our dopamine's almost all the way out. I kind of wish, treading water was, like, a dopamine event, too. That would be really helpful in these instances. To just start swimming. Because if we're bad swimmers, you would... You know, I've done swim lessons. I know what happens to kids that don't know how to swim, dunked in deep water. They freaking panic in a bad way. And I wish the game would mimic that. That'd be really nice. Come on. Almost there. Just move the needle a little bit further. Look, it's a scary nest. Yeah, it doesn't even need deep water if you can't swim. Yeah, I've definitely been in situations where, like, as like a camp counselor, kids that were in less than waist deep water, like, freaking out. Because, you know, your brain's not working in panic mode. You're not thinking like, oh god, you know, I just put my legs down. It's like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Full hysterics. Speaking of which, I just can't manage full hysterics. Is there a predator around? Like, could something bite me, please? Am I just gonna have to swim? Like... What is going on with my impossible to break dopamine levels? If I start swimming, I'm gonna lose health, though. Because my, stamina's, like, won't keep me... I wonder if I can make it like this. I'm gonna try. Yeah, everyone yelling, just stand up. It's not... Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna make it. It's not as effective as one might think. In fact, just to share a hilarious story, I had one camper, and this wasn't swim lessons, it was, like, canoe lessons, where we were doing intentional capsizing. And we were, I mean, to his, he was only like 7 or something. His credit, you know, we were out in somewhat deep water. But, you know, he was wearing a life jacket, and he was with me, and we were doing tip tests. And if you know about canoeing at all, it's like what to do if you tip your canoe, how to unswamp it, how to swim around it, you know, whatever. And so we're doing these tip tests, and I'm telling him, yeah, we're gonna capsize. It's gonna be on purpose. This is how it's gonna work. And like this kid had watched, I don't know, 10 other kids do the same thing. So we tip the canoe, and he has a full-on panic attack, and then projectile vomits what I'm assuming was like mango juice or mango sauce, like applesauce made of mango, because it was like neon yellow orange at my face because he was just like flipping out or whatever. So then I have to like, I'm also wearing a life jacket, so I have to like submerge myself so that I don't have like orange vomit on my face, while also reassuring this kid that he's not gonna die. It was, let's say, very memorable for me. And, yeah, he was not the most fun kid to be a counselor for to begin with, because he was very, stubborn and kind of mischievous. Finally! And after that event, I was like, oh god, I don't want to ever be in a canoe with him. Well, it took forever to go full hysterical, but we managed it. And in this mode, I can't analyze my environment for outsiders or anything like that. But here we are. We're home. So, I'm going to lie down and see what neurons I managed to reactivate. So I think one of the babies, yes, one of the babies has a dexterity potential. And so some of these neurons I can reactivate, but not necessarily all of them. Like this one, for instance, this mirror neuron, I haven't reactivated. So even if I pick up body language, I don't think I'll be able to do the mirror, because it's not something we learned for this gen. Oh, no, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, no, I was wrong. I think you only lose them during evolutions. So because you had voted on me keeping group preservation and then also tool making, my newer neurons that I got back, I'm going to invest towards tool making. Oh, yeah, here's a good example. Controlling strength, I don't have that one back. I can't relearn it. Maybe it's because I don't have the prerequisite, but I think it's actually a case of it is a forgotten neuron. And A's Gear, thank you for the resub. Yeah, it's a forgotten neuron. Yep. Okay. And as I said before, kind of the goal, what you're trying to hit is like 12 relearn neurons. And the reason for 12 is like you'll have 6 kids, you'll discover a meteorite for another 6 reinforcement points. And that's why I come up with the figure 12. It might be a little bit more, might be a little bit less, but basically you want to relearn as many neurons as you have reinforcement points, so you're not wasting reinforcement points. Because if you have 12 reinforcement points, but you relearned like 2 neurons, then that's 10 wasted points, and you're going to be evolving slowly and not as strong. Alright, and that's about all of the points I have now. So we're going to catch a little shut-eye. And then this, in just a second, is where I'm going to leave off. Thank you for tuning in to Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. I'm not, however, looking for feedback. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow ancestors.